air on channel 79?
We are on 79. I just got to get on YouTube. Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the March 4th meeting of the Orange Government Access Television Committee. I'm the chairman, Saul Silverstein, and we're calling the meeting to order. We have present tonight Chris Kelly, our assistant coordinator, Bob Kelly, a committee member, Mike Muddett, a committee member, Marlene Silverstein, the recording secretary, and Gary Del Piano, committee member. So we have a quorum, and the first item of business is questions and comments. Does anyone have any questions and comments to start us off, or no? I don't see any. Okay. Next item of business is to approve the minutes of the February 4th, 2021 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve. I saw Mike Muddett and Bob Kelly. I think I saw Mike's hand go up first, so he'll get the first.
Okay, fine. That's the way I have it anyway.
Okay, great. Is there any?
How you have it, Marlene?
Is there any discussion of the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
And there are no opposed. Unanimous. Thank you very much. Next item is the budget, and I sent you all a copy of the budget. We're pretty much on track for the year. We've spent about 29% of the miscellaneous supplies budget. Temporary salaries for the recording secretary is about 20% spent. That's because our meetings have been pretty short this year. The coordinator and the assistant coordinator salaries are about 67% spent. And the camera operators is 39% spent. And because of the pandemic, we have not really been using a lot of temporary camera operators. Are there any questions on the budget?
This town still hasn't got it straightened out.
We still cannot.
Inside.
If you took a look at the second page of the budget, which was the CAT grant portion of the budget, it's still not straightened out in terms of the line items. They still show 2 extra line items and don't show one of our line items. And all the CAT grant from last year has already been spent, so it really doesn't matter at this point. And well, hopefully they'll get it straightened out for the next CAT grant. Next item.
Hold on, Mr. Chairman. So I don't know whether we have a different item. Have we already proposed our budget for next year? I know they're doing hearings.
Yeah, we did that in November, December, I believe.
Okay. Have we heard any feedback from the Board of Finance?
No, I think they're discussing that now. I think they have these meetings now weekly.
Okay.
To do that.
Thank you.
Okay, next item's coordinators report. And I do have the report with Ron is not in attendance tonight. I will go through it. So in February, there were 16 new programs that we showed. And in terms of 16 new programs, there were all meetings. There were no special events. So the total that we have shown this far for the fiscal year is 118 or 124 actually. And if you project that out for the full year, we should do about 186 programs, which is typical for us. The assistant coordinator, Chris Kelly, has gotten some statistics from YouTube and the TeleView service that handles our live stream and our video on demand. And on TeleView, we had in February 107 live hits. On video on demand, we had 46. On YouTube, which we only get a total of live and VOD together, we can't separate them out. On YouTube, we had 1,184 hits, which is not surprising. If you actually look down the page, you'll see that there were a lot of YouTube hits for the special town meeting regarding the purchase of the land purchase for the Racebrook Country Club property.
Yeah, and the Board of Selectmen.
Just for that. I noticed, Chris, you started showing 2 months on your chart this month, so we can compare January and February actually. And the statistics are pretty much consistent for January and February for the January programs. February programs, we only show February, and that's where we had all those hits. Comment-wise, the town continues to hold most, if not all, of the board meetings virtually. I think the only board that's meeting live is the Board of Ed. And OGAT has continued to broadcast most, if not all of them, live. The Optimum and Frontier equipment in Town Hall seemed to be functioning without issue. When I spoke to Ron the other day, he said he was still converting the Police Academy tapes to a compatible format for Chris to be able to edit them. He did have a problem, Chris, when he saved some of the files, and I don't know if he's contacted you, but he may need some of your assistance with those files. And Chris, you told me that you performed numerous updates on equipment in the studio during the month. What did that entail, actually?
It entailed updating the cameras, the PTZ cameras, updating the TriCaster, updating the firmware on the server, and it opens up some new features and just keeps everything overall just up to date and functioning.
Great. Yeah. The other thing he did that's really neat is he added the OGAT live stream to the OGAT web page on the town's website. So if you log on to the town's website and scroll down on the town's landing page, you'll see a link to watch OGAT live and video on demand. If you click on that link, you go to the OGAT page, and if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the OGAT page, you will see the live stream there. It's playing on the town's website, basically. So you don't even have to go out to a separate link to see it.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh, excuse me?
I said, I'm watching that right now.
Yeah. It's a very sharp picture, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Good picture.
Extremely sharp picture. It's actually quite a bit better than what is broadcast on television on Optimum, which is only standard definition. The picture on the internet is very high definition. Some older videos on the Cloudcast video on demand that had been formatted incorrectly, and one piece of our equipment had failed a few months ago. Was a video converter, and it was under warranty or service contract actually. And Chris called NewTek, the vendor, and they sent us a new one. Unfortunately, it was the wrong piece of equipment. They did not send us what we needed. So you have now sent them both back. The failed the original unit and the one they sent us. Have they gotten back to you that when they're going to send us what? Excuse me?
We should be getting that sometime next week, middle of next week.
Middle of next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
And the last thing, you had the cleaning crew come in and clean up our studio.
Yes, we were a little overdue. We have a limited amount of keys for this room. The cleaning people have been coming and cleaning the building at night, and I ran into them one night, and they were nice enough to come in and give the room a little TLC that it needed.
Great.
That's awesome.
Okay. Are there any questions on the coordinator report?
Nope. Make a motion to approve.
Thank you. I need a second.
Second.
Bob Kelly, thank you. All in favor of approving the report?
Aye.
Aye.
Again, unanimous. Thank you very much. Next is the action items. So I've sent those all out. We have the Police Academy Town Talk. We kind of discussed that. Ron was still converting files, and he did have a slight problem that Chris is going to talk to him about. Procedure for recording and broadcasting virtual meetings being added to the procedures book. That was last month. It was delayed. Are you still working on that? Did you get any?
I am. I looked at what I had, and I listened to your comments about when I gave it to you guys for review. And I added more visual elements to the steps. So every step has a visual element and you can see kind of what's going on the page. I'm still just doing a couple finishing touches to it and then I'll have that ready. I want to have it ready for like in the next 2 weeks before the next meeting. So you guys can see it. And then if you have any comments, we can talk about it at the April meeting.
Great, thank you. Next item was updating procedures for changes since publication. So yeah, so this is just an update since they were published quite a few years ago. Did you make any progress on that one?
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing with this one as well. I'm just adding more visual elements to it and still working on it, but trying to revise it and make it pretty easy for anyone to kind of just come in and look at the instructions and execute it.
Okay. Do we have any idea when that's going to be done or?
Yeah, I'd like to. So yeah, for uploading to VOD and you know, using the server, I'd like to have those submitted in the in the next 2 weeks as well with the Zoom procedures.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all kind of coming to a conclusion now, so I should have that all wrapped up.
Okay. And then capital planning. So we had taken a first swat at capital planning for new equipment that we wanted, plus I think upgrading the Board of Education meeting room for us. And you were going to, the last time we discussed this, you needed to talk to the Board of Education IT director because they really do own the room. Did you get a chance to talk to him?
I did not talk to Matt yet, but I will. That is the one thing I need to do with that. I started to rethink a couple things. Initially, I thought, let's just take what we have in this OGAT studio here and kind of replicate it at Board of Ed. And I started to think, well, it really may help to have a wireless mic system in that room. And as a result, it'll bring the price up a little bit to what from originally what I thought. It might add a couple of grand to the price. It'll make it a lot easier for setup though, because with the COVID restrictions, everyone's spread out. It's required us to use a lot more cables, and the tables are on wheels. They move around a lot. So I really think the wireless system is good, but I need to spend a little bit more time researching what exactly it is that we would need for that. So I want to finish that and then have something kind of already put together to show with Matt, and then maybe we could. We were supposed to have a Board of Ed meeting last month that was canceled, and I planned to meet up with him then. Unfortunately, since it was canceled, we didn't get a chance to meet. So at the next Board of Ed meeting, I'd like to, just chat with him quick about it and show him what I have.
Okay. I'm just writing some notes. And the last item was the equipment schematic update. So you had gotten a new computer program to do the schematic. I think you're using Microsoft Visio.
Yep.
I think you were kind of learning your way around that. Have you been?
Yeah, I'm still. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's pretty simple to figure out, and I've made some progress for sure. But I haven't finished it yet. It's just taken me a little bit longer. But yeah. I also started a diagram for the OGAT or for the Board of Ed room as well. So when I have so along with the list of items, I'll have a diagram to kind of show how everything will be connected.
Great. What do you think on timing for that? So it's for the one for the Board of Ed. I think you're going to need by the time you meet their IT director.
Yeah. So Board of Ed will be. I think they meet around third week of the month. So as soon as and they meet on that Monday. So I would say middle of that week, I should have everything ready for that.
Okay. And hours? The one for OGAT itself?
I'm sorry, the procedure? or for any additional stuff.
Schematic.
Oh, for schematic, yeah. I'll have that submitted along with the Board of Ed schematic.
Okay,
It's done.
great.
Very close.
All right, so that's it for action items. Next item is the CAC grant, and shortly after our last meeting, I actually received the application form for the next CAC grant. So it's due as usual, July 15th, and the award will be probably end of August, beginning of September. So we have to have our act together again before July 15th and have that all put together with quotes so we can send it in.
So far, I see the Board of Ed being the majority of what we're going to be looking for this year. We're as far as what we have in the studio, and portable use. Last year kind of covered a lot of those updates and purchases. So yeah, I will do like a little, I'll just do a little scan of the room, make sure we have everything that we need. If there's anything we need, I will add it to the list.
And that's it for CAC grant. Any questions? Nope. Equipment inventory. Did we buy any new equipment in the last month? I thought you bought some cabling or something that I didn't see an invoice for it.
I bought some stuff from Harbor Freight. It was a couple bags to carry some cables. I should send.
Could you please submit an invoice to me so you can get paid back?
Sure. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Send you a copy of these?
And add that equipment to the inventory?
Is it necessary to add bags?
I don't know.
Because we don't have cables, so I just didn't know.
We don't add cables. Depends on value.
They're small purchases, $10.
Okay. All right. All right. Don't worry about it then.
Yeah.
But send me the invoice so I can approve it and you can get paid back.
Receipt is fine.
And the last item is town talk, and we discussed that. So that's it for the agenda. Any other questions, comments on anything we discussed tonight? Okay, I will
Gary?
entertain a motion.
So
Um,
moved.
So moved.
Moved to adjourn.
Okay, Marlene, who are you giving credit to?
Bob Kelly made the motion, but I didn't hear who made the second.
And Gary did.
Gary.
Gary.
Gary, okay.
That's 2 meetings in a row, I think.
Thank you. Thank you all for your attendance.